Okay, everybody. So this is going to be a very small video, and basically the focus of this is we're just going to talk about the XLM play that is currently in play right now. So first of all, I want to go through a couple things here. I want to say thank you and welcome to all the brand new members and all the brand new subscribers that have joined us from JSNP last night. So that was a hell of a broadcast. I know I sounded like I was on caffeine overload last night, but I had a lot of information to get out. So it's just kind of how I am. I get in the zone, baby. I rock and roll. So normally that's just you'll learn my flow. I have kind of a different way of doing things, but it's all good, all good. So thank you guys for joining us here. Look forward to being able to see you guys grow with us and stuff like that. And we'll talk about a little bit more of that. So one little thing I want to cover here real quick. If you're hearing some strange noises in the background, while I'm doing this video, I'm not mutilating animals. My son is giving our cat Charlie a bath, and he's not having it, to put it kindly. So if you're hearing any strange wailing in the background, that's just Charlie. He's not appreciating his Saturday morning bath. So, all right. So let's go ahead and take a look at XLM and see what's going on here. So let's take her down to the one day. So I'll tell you what happened. I was up till about about 5:30 in the morning. I finally just collapsed, and like I said, I'm keeping vampires hours. And that's just how it is with me. You don't want to miss those Asian markets. And welcome to crypto. If you're going to play the game, you got to be there when the moves are happening. So I've been up till the wee hours of the morning, and I finally just collapsed. Now I had an open position, and I knew that this was going to go well, so I didn't cap out. In good theory, probably would have had me possibly enter a sell order and wake up to a profit this morning, which I would have. I would have done very, very well. Kind of glad I didn't, and this all has to do with knowing your position, being happy with your position, and knowing your odds. Well, my odds are a hell of a lot better to go up than they are to go down. So as I've said multitudes of times, I said on Snip's broadcast, you just got to be happy with your position, knowing that the iceberg, there's much more iceberg above you than below you. So the way that I approach this I always like to teach and I like to share my mentality. So some of you guys understand why doesn't he just get straight to the price calls. This is a teaching channel as well as a price call channel, so I want you guys to be aware of that's just the way we do things here. I like to not only do things, but I like to tell you why I did them, and a lot of people see value in hearing my methodologies and stuff like that. So just enjoy the ride. We're all heading the same place. I just want to show you not only the destination, but I want to show you the points along the curve. So anyway, as far as that goes, let's go ahead and take a look at where we're at with XLM. All right, so like I said, I didn't close my position. Bought in here. Let me see if I can find the one that had the buy-in on it. There we go. All right, so I bought in right here, and we had kind of a double bottom here, and I was liking that, and so I said, all right, guys, I think we got a wiener here. We got a winner. So I went ahead and I jumped in on this, and a lot of you guys followed me in on this, and I predict, and I'm still predicting, that we're going to see a run on this. Now be absolutely aware that I am telling you that we got roughly about a 3-day window. I'm going to say that window closes probably less than 3 days, so let's call it 2 days. Sunday night I'm going to start to get a little bit itchy about pulling the trigger and yanking the cord on the parachute, because I really don't want to be in this position come about Monday or Tuesday, because I'm anticipating something. What's the something? We don't know. But there's going to be a disturbance in the force, and I don't want to be in the battle when it happens. Okay, you don't go broke taking a profit. That's an old adage. Never been truer than a case like this. So we're seeing a little bit of wiggle room here right now. So what's the call? So let's go ahead and get back to this. So we got a couple things we can discuss here. So originally I was telling all you guys that I see a possibility of going to like 32 or whatever, and you can very clearly see that across all the charts. But we're going to discuss our options here. So I found something new that started to play out this morning, or morning to me when I woke up. It's 2:30 right now. And so originally I had a channel here. I'll go ahead and back out and show you what my original supposition was. So we had a channel that we've dipped down and we've raised above. Well, that changes the narrative on what we're talking about. So we don't have a channel anymore. What we have is called a broadening ascending wedge. It's called a broadening ascending wedge. And effectively how that works is like this. We ping pong along like this, and we, make no mistake about it, kids, are probably going to end up right in that zone right there. And I'm going to yank the trigger and I'm going to giggle all the way to the bank. So that's pretty much how this is going to work. All right, so that's what I'm expecting, and I expect the rest of you will probably do that. Now, let's cover some other possibilities of what could happen here. And let me pull up a couple of other charts and show you some other options. Now, my safety is I'm perfectly fine. I'm at a 20%. Around about 20%, I believe. I have to do the math on that, but I think I'm somewhere between 15 and 20% profit. That's good enough. Just for a little scalp play, can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with that. But I do see possibly going a little bit higher than that. Let me see if I can get the correct charts pulled up here. Pardon my disorganization. I'm just getting into this. So we got some EMA, and I like the fact that on the one day we're below the EMA, so we're sucking up to that. You're always in a good position when you're below the EMA. In a rising formation, I mean, it's magnetic, folks. It's going to go up. It's going to go up. Has to. We always go home. They say you can't go home again, but you do if you're a crypto. You always check in at the home base eventually. So 200 EMA is down there. We've been down for a long time. So it's time to come home. And that's exactly what we're doing. So right now we're at about 32 cents would be home. This is on the one day. That EMA changes on several others, but knowing this on the broader perspective makes me happy. So again, I want to see that. I want to be out of this trade in profit before the window closes, possibly Sunday night. Now I could supercharge and get completely just gaga, but doesn't matter. This was a scalp trade for me. I'm not trying to hold position. I do have other positions. I do have a larger bag that I'm holding for the long run, but that's not what the goal was, and I want to make sure everybody understood that going in. So we're just trying to make a little pocket change here because it's been a long, dry couple of months. So I'm trying to do a little something fun here for you guys. So that's what this is all about. All right. So let's go back and pull a couple of charts. I want to show you this one. This is the one that some of you guys didn't see this because you're not in the VIPs. And by the way, shout out to my VIPs that did see this. This was the play all along. 31 right in the zone. 31, 32. And we, by gosh, are going to hit that. So this is a formation called Snapdragon, formerly referred to as an alligator. This is an upgrade that I did to the bots. When Snapdragon is spread like this means we're in an up. So you can see the Bollinger Bands, they're not quite flaring, but they're not quite compressing. So we've got a roll up of the DMI. We are rolling into green. We are heading up with the RSI, MACD. All this stuff is up. So we're looking really good. And this is on the 1 hour. So liking that. So if we're looking at the 1 week, let's go out a little bit further. I mean, it's just looking good all the way across the board. So we're Snapdragon, when the green is under, we're ahead. We want green to be above blue, but see, we're rolling like we're going to start heading back that direction. So it's going to be, according to what I'm seeing, a bullish run. We are in the our bullish week ahead. So we are in the red. We're rolling back to green with the MACD. So tremendously bullish. How bullish? We don't know just yet. But if you got yourself in a position right now, here's what I'm going to tell you. Lots of different ways that you can play this. You can just go ahead and pick your price, do your exit, take your bow, be gone, count the money, and giggle all the way to the bank. That's what I'm going to do because I'm a busy boy. I don't have time to babysit this thing. If I did want to babysit this, if I did want to really, really see how much juice I can squeeze out of this thing, I could do it a little bit differently. I could do it this way, and I've talked about this in past broadcasts, and guys that are in my crypto class, they already understand that the methodology is such, and I'll go ahead and explain it like this. If we have a price going up, here's what you can do. If you're savvy enough to understand how this is doing, use ISIS to great advantage when you do this. So if we're heading up in price, these lines right here are most certainly going to be the pullback marks. So as we go up, let's go ahead and do this. As we go up, line to line to line on ISIS, we're going to go up and she's going to turn around and go back. She's going to fall on these lines again. So the play that I teach people, if you really want my swing traders out there, what they do is they'll chase this thing up and they'll put stop losses. So let's give you a good example. So if we run up about yay far, what they'll do is as this thing gets to a certain point, they'll go down about 1 or 2 ISIS lines and a little bit underneath, and they'll put a safety stop loss right there. Meaning they chase it up about 1 or 2 lines, depends upon how tight they want to keep their stop loss. So if this thing goes and pulls back a little bit, which they oftentimes do, where you set your stop loss determines do you get liquidated before a further run up. So in a hardcore run market, which is kind of what this move is going to be, it's going to be just a flash wick up. You're going to want to keep a tight stop loss, meaning maybe possibly one ISIS lineup. So the methodology here is if you understand how to enter stop losses, understand how to use Coinbase, Kraken, whatever it is you choose to use, you want to use these lines to protect your profits. So as this thing goes up, you're not sitting here going, you go out and you do something, you go out to eat, and you come back and you find out this thing dumped. You want to, as this thing goes up, you want to keep moving your stop loss underneath, because when this thing turns and goes south on you, you want to make sure that you get cashed out. You want to chase that profit all the way to the top and lock it all the way to the top. And ISIS is the key to being able to do that. So use those bronze lines, kids, because that's what they're there for. All right, so let me go ahead and take a look at XLM here because we had some great action last night. A lot of calls that I made on Snip's broadcast starting to play out here. Let's go ahead. Let me take a look at Doge here real quick because that comes to mind. I had mentioned Doge just flippantly when I was on the stream. Nailed the crap out of that, didn't I? So we were on stream. I think we were right about here, something like that. I think we were probably down here. I said something about we're going to probably hit the bottom of this box, and we hit it. We hit it last night, and obviously you can see we have other calls and stuff like that. Now I am in a call right here. I have a position right here, and so I'm looking darn good. Not a Lambo yet, but definitely a very nice car in profit. So hopefully you guys followed me in on that. Hopefully Crypto Rich, he's in that. He's looking damn good right now. So enjoy the ride. Now a lot of people are going to start filling up my DMs, going, "Well, is this it? Is this it? Was this the bottom?" Now you guys, hopefully you listened to the broadcast over there with Snip. I was covering a lot of ground really fast, and hopefully you guys understood what I was trying to say to you and Snip was trying to convey to you is we don't know when the crash is coming. So please, I have a crystal ball, but I don't polish it all that much. So it's a foggy crystal ball, but it's a good one. So what I'm saying is this: enjoy the pump right now. Hopefully you've taken positions, but do just what I said. Chase up your profits with stop losses because at any moment they're going to get real on us and they're going to take it from us. This is too clean, too soon. This is going to be a crazy week, guys. They're going to take this money back from us, I assure you. So you do not go broke taking a profit. And that's the game plan here with Doge. That's the game plan with XLM, with XRP, my trade bag of XRP. My larger part of XRP, I will not and cannot get out of that because it's simply too large to be able to move around and be assured that I could get back in. So that's when I want to kind of import to you guys that are new to the live stream. I want you to understand our philosophy. So definitely spend some time going back through our old videos. You guys that are in gold and in platinum, thank you very much for joining that. You have a VIP video series that you can go back in the chats and listen to my deeper dives. So you guys that are in bronze and silver and the smaller packages and stuff like that, you have the public channels. But if you upgrade to platinum or gold, there are various levels of chats where I have VIP videos that I've done exclusively for those guys, where I dive deeper into theory and how things go. So, of course, obviously crypto school. So if you guys want to kind of understand what you're looking at, I know it's an awful lot to choke down when you first join us. Off top of my head here, because there's so many of you guys I haven't spoke with here, I want to show you something really quick that you may not, hang on just a second here, you may not be aware of, and I think we're going to reposition this. So when you go to your members login right here on your account, go right here and click on your members. I got to get this off screen here because I got something I don't want you guys to see here. Hold on just a second. All right. So when you go to your members page, okay. What you're going to see is your ID is going to be up here, but you're going to see this large blank area right here. You can create a portfolio and track all your stuff. That's what this is right here. And so if you want to track your portfolio, you have all that stuff. We have that built in. So it's a free tool that's for you there, so you guys can use that. But what I want to say is if you click on the members page, you got that. But what you want to do is you want to scroll down here and click this. There's a 45-minute video right here that has me just kind of going over how the charts work in a little deeper dive. So I find that a lot of guys that are joining, they're like, well, I'm looking at all this spaghetti, but don't really know I know it's good. I just don't know what I'm looking at. So I want to make sure that you guys understand, at least get a rudimentary understanding of what's going on. So go ahead and go to your members page, go down there, and that's right there. And also, if I'm not mistaken, ask some of the mods. I believe this video is pinned in a lot of the rooms. So you can send a message to Domain or Zacharino or Flemish Populist and ask them, where's that 45-minute video on how to read charts, and they'll be happy to show you. But most rooms have that in the pinned commentary, so I want you guys to be aware of that. So absolutely watch that. It's almost mandatory for being in our group. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at XRP and see what's going on with that here real quick, and then I'm going to cut you guys loose. Now, I probably am going to do a full-fledged live stream tonight because we got some stuff to talk about, and I'm definitely going to be going over that. I just wanted to do this as kind of a little welcome video and a little bit of coverage on a specific trade that everybody's following me in, because anytime we get into a big money trade like this, I want to make sure you guys are well informed of what's going on. So, all right. So this is looking beautiful, guys. Just absolutely beautiful. So on live stream with Snip, I said we're going to be hitting here. And that was ping number one. Went to bed. I said, no, we're going to have this. This one's kind of a speculative call. I think we'll get there pretty soon. But shortly after I made this call, I said, we're probably, I told you guys on live stream that I'm not going to be surprised that we're going to hit 82. And by gosh, 82 area. And by gosh, here we are right here, right at the AI line, right where we're supposed to be. So ping number two. Love it when a plan comes together. So that's where we're at right now. So XRP. Oh boy, I'm telling you, it's going to be a rocky ride, man. We're still in that rounded bottom, so let's take a look and see what else we can expect from this. So now what we've got is a classic cup and handle. So let me go ahead and get all this garbage off here. We do have a classic cup and handle. So a cup and handle, the depth of the cup, we add the depth. I can't make a line here because it'll put all my garbage back on screen. But from the bottom of the cup to the rim of the cup, which would be right here, that distance or that velocity, we stack it on the edge of the cup and we go up from there. And when we do that, and I've already done that, that's where it puts you. Pretty much, it puts you right on target with this right here. So we have achieved the close of the cup and handle, really close to. So now what we're battling with is where do we go from here? This is where I get concerned and I want to be out of the market. So I'm going to consistently say this for the next 48 hours. I want you guys to make some money, but I want you to be real. This is not a zone. I want to be in. I want to be out of the market before Sunday night. So I've really not even 48 hours. It's really more like I don't know, maybe about 35 from time of broadcast. So you got a very small window of opportunity here to wring out your profits. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. So you got 1 day, 9 hours, 15 minutes, according to what I'm seeing. All right. So don't hold it right up to the line, guys. If you got profit, book it, and put it in your hip pocket because that's where it belongs, not in the exchange's pocket. But that being said, this is likely, but will not be a straight shot when probabilities are good, and they are looking good. So let's go ahead and zoom in on this a little bit. We do have a little bit of a pullback here, but nothing that would lead me to believe that it's not still possible. We're stair-stepping up here quite a bit, and I think that this area right here, this little box right here, might be an opportunity to jump up one notch or two. I'm going to lower that a little bit because I like to stay current with the most current updates on ISIS. So that puts us at just a hair under 85. We're going to be specific about that. That puts us at 84,729. Okay, so let's just go ahead and say 84.7. So that would be about where I think I would probably yank the cord and be done with this project if I were swing trading XRP. And I know about a dozen of you are, and I'm thinking of a couple that constantly trade this all the time. A couple of my mods do. So you guys specifically, you know my judgment. Get the hell out. I don't know. We'll play what comes after this, but I mean, you know my philosophies and you know how things are going. All right, so let's go ahead and close this thing out here, and we'll adjourn the Treehouse meeting here for today, and I will get on to regular broadcast here tonight, hopefully, if I can keep focus on stuff that I'm doing. So there was a call, went ahead and went in on that. So here's where we're watching right now with Bitcoin, as I said on Snip's broadcast. We got about 8.4% more left on this, and this is really where ultimately I start to get concerned that the trend is not going to reverse. We're still within the safety zone, better than still within the safety zone. We've fallen out of this channel, we've leveled, so lots of things can happen. I mean, we've got a velocity here that is right. Let me thicken that up a little bit. We've got a velocity here that can either turn and do what's called a BART, if you guys understand what I'm talking about, or we could stack that and we could go up here up to this next one. Now, if everything else is looking bullish, then this is going to look bullish. If this is bullish, then everything else is going to look bullish. I think we've settled this mid-Saturday morning, I think we've settled into a sideways pattern, so the decision is yet to play out. Let's talk gut feeling. So I think we've basically got a scenario where we're waiting out the executioner to show up here. In the next 19 hours, and what I say, 19, 20 hours or so, we could walk sideways for 19 hours. And then Sunday night comes, and we see what's doing with this. In that scenario, it may be wise to just call enough. If you're in profit, just book it and get the heck out. Because now the closer we get to that green box on that other chart, the more likely the uncertainty is going to start stacking up, and people are going to start to do skittish moves and stuff like that. And don't chase weird moves and FOMO, guys. That's not a good battle plan. That's not wise trading. That's risky as hell. So don't do that. But again, back to this. Currently, this looks like it would be potentially possibly rolling up. Let me get this out of the way here. So we are on the 15-minute. The green on the DMI, which is the moving index, is under. So it has the potential to go positive. This has the potential to go. We are positive and could go more so. So two out of three indicators look like they still have an upward bias. Looking at this one, this is the one I really like to watch. This one we still have the alligator, we still have the old one. So the alligator, green above, red above, blue. Not a good scenario. This one's probably more telling in the short term because we're on the 15-minute than anything. Bollinger Bands are kind of neutral. They're not spreading. They're not blasting open or closing. They're neutral. But this is green over red. I mean, there's only one thing that happens when you're green over red. You go green under red, meaning we go down. And so we've already made our move above green. So do we go higher than this as far as the alligator is concerned? No, not really. So looking at that, looking at red above green, we have two major indicators. It's 2 versus 2. This thing could roll red. This thing could take a dive. I think we're at a very neutral point here where we could start to go down, to be very honest. So in that light, be prepared for this to possibly be the scenario a little bit more. So to look at this and to kind of give you so what do I do scenario. If you're in Bitcoin, I would probably, if you're in profit, and again, I don't give financial advice to you guys that are new. I want to make that expressly clear. You wear your big boy pants, I wear mine, etc., etc. In a scenario where I know to be true what I'm telling you right now, I would probably get out. We're getting dangerously close to the hour of action. Now, back to XLM and stuff like that. XLM and XRP are going to be kind of going down a different trajectory. So this is regular market. XRP, XLM are going to be in a different category where they're going to show bullish behavior when everything else isn't. I think we all commonly knew that was going to happen. So that being said, all right, just kind of look at Bitcoin and the rest of the market versus XRP, XLM, and don't combine the two. All right, so we're going to go ahead and cut you off here for right now. Have a good Saturday, guys. I'll be in the chats all day today. I'm fresh as a daisy here at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'll be pulling the night shift, and I'll be on the Discord here on and off. I'm going to go out and do a few things here because it's a nice Saturday, and I'll be checking the charts and watching what's going on. So once again, thank you all my new subscribers. Thank you all the new people that have wandered in or listened to what I have to say here. We got a good ride ahead of us, so enjoy it. All right. So until tonight, be safe, be good, and be good at it. Peace and hair grease, baby.